Alright guys, it is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022 at 11:36 p.m. Alright, let's take a look quickly here at dailyverses.net verse of the day. In him we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, in accordance with the riches of God's grace. Ephesians 1:7. Alright, let's take a look at tropical tidbits. This is Fiona. Look at Fiona. Look at that eye. That is pretty intense. If we take a look at the Saffron Simpson hurricane wind scale, I believe she is a category 3, 125 miles an hour. So she is pretty strong. Alright. Let's take a look at her out in the Atlantic. This is her in the middle here, above the Bahamas, above Dominican Republic, and she is supposed to turn. Here's Fiona right here, Hurricane Fiona. Maximum sustained winds of 125 miles an hour, or 110 knots. Minimum central pressure 949 millibars. Located at 23.2 north, 71.8 west. Movement north at 7 knots or 8 miles an hour. So she is making the turning north. Let's take a look again. She does not seem to be moving westward. She seems to be moving now northward. Alright, so that's what the track says, that she's moving north at 7 knots or 8 miles an hour. Alright, so Gaston formed out in the Atlantic as well. We have maximum sustained winds of 45 knots or 50 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure of 1004 millibars. Located at 36.2 north and 43.6 west. Movement north-northeast at 16 knots or 18 miles an hour. And then we have the big showstopper, Disturbance 1, right here above South America. Let's take a look at this here. It has a 90% chance at cyclone formation in 5 days. It says Central Tropical Atlantic, a tropical wave is producing shower and thunderstorm activity a few hundred miles east of the Windward Islands. The system continues to show signs of organization and will likely become a tropical depression within the next 2 or 3 days. The disturbance is forecast to move west-northwestward across the southern Windward Islands late Wednesday and then move towards Central Caribbean Sea late this week. Interest in the Windward Islands should closely monitor the progress of this system, as heavy rainfall and gusty winds could affect the islands beginning on Wednesday. Formation chance through 48 hours at 70%, but formation chance through 5 days high at 90%. So this is the disturbance we're keeping an eye on right now, although Fiona is still a major hurricane and is basically churning out in the Atlantic. If it is making the churn that we believe it's going to be making, let's take a look at Fiona. If it's making the churn we believe it's going to be making, then it should not bother the mainland. Let's see here the path. Alright, so a major hurricane as it churns out to sea and could possibly affect parts of Canada by Saturday and Sunday. Alright guys, so hopefully this hurricane continues to turn northward and steer away from the coast, away from Florida and away from the Carolinas. Alright. Let's take a look right now at the other interesting system in the Atlantic. This is Invest 98L model track guidance. This is the track. This is not for to make decisions. This is just the model track guidance that they have for it. They have it forecasted possibly going below the islands, and here's where the tracks diverge once they reach the Jamaica, Cuba area. Some have it going below into South America and Honduras and parts of the Yucatan Peninsula. Others have it tracking over Cuba and possibly into Florida. But that is futurecast. We don't know exactly if any of that is going to happen. But this is what the spaghetti models have. The options have. Some say it could go to South America, the Yucatan Peninsula. Others have it going to Cuba, and others have it going up into Florida. So we have to keep an eye on 98L as it uh, the model guidance change. All right, and this is Fiona. The spaghetti models, they are pretty much converging on having it steer away and then affect parts of Canada. All right. And these are the hurricane model intensity guidance for Hurricane Fiona. Some have it reaching it's already category 3. Uh, some have it already reaching category 3. Some have it reaching possible category 5 later on as it increases intensity out in the Atlantic, but who knows? We'll keep an eye out, see how that goes. Alright. And we have, for other news, we have Putin's major wartime speech postponed in highly unusual move. In a highly unusual move, after about 2 hours of waiting for Russian President Vladimir Putin to give a highly anticipated speech, Kremlin sources have said it has been postponed until tomorrow. So that's pretty much postponed until he decides to speak and see what he declares with Ukraine and all that mess that Russia has with Ukraine. Alright, let's see what else we have happening. Russian oil coal exports to China soar in August. China's imports of crude oil and coal imports from Russia exploded in August, but despite the jump in supply, Russia handed back its top oil supplier ranking to Saudi Arabia for the first time in 4 months, even as coal exports hit a record high. So Saudi Arabia, China, and Russia all mingled together with their oil and coal. Alright. Let's see if there's anything else. An explosion rocks the BP refinery in Ohio. He told me there was just a big rumble at the refinery, lots of fire everywhere. He said it's the worst he's seen, lots of people injured in the BP refinery in Ohio. Let's take a look at this article and see what it says. It says the BP Husky Toledo refinery in Oregon, Ohio, was rocked by an explosion around 18:30 local time, according to local news WTOL, citing witnesses. Videos posted on social media show the fire at the BP refinery. The refinery can process up to 160,000 barrels of crude oil each day, providing the Midwest with gasoline and diesel and jet fuel, propane, asphalt, and other products. Apparently, the BP refinery can process up to 160,000 barrels of crude oil each day, but WTOL learned that at least 2 people were severely burned. This cause of the fire remains yet to be determined, so the cause has yet to be determined for that incident in the Ohio refinery. Alright, so please pray for the people in Ohio. And thank you so much, guys, for praying over the earthquake that happened in Mexico. As you see here, that 7.6 that happened in Mexico. Thank you for praying for them. They probably still need lots of prayers because of the damage to the buildings and everything. Also, there was a 4.4 earthquake in Arizona. And today there was, 6 hours ago, there was a 6.0 earthquake in Russia out in the ocean. Alright. And I had shared that why are Walmart and other major US retailers canceling orders? It says, do they know something that they aren't telling us? as you will see below, Walmart, Target, and other U.S. major retailers are literally canceling billions of dollars in orders ahead of the season, the upcoming Christmas and holiday season. So head out to my community tab, and you will see all these posts that I share, and news that I keep updated, that I share is pretty much check out that, as you can see, Puerto Rico not having any power to the island. I shared that 2 days ago. Make sure you check out my community tab. That's where I share all the breaking news if I can't make a video on it. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hit like and subscribe for more, and see you guys next time. God bless.